All right, we're live. Hey, everybody. How's it going this evening? Good to see everybody. It's me. It's Ron from Ron's Computer Videos, and I'm joined by some very nice people that are here to talk about a event that we all hold near and dear, Marchintosh.
Marchintosh!
So thank you for being here. It's really nice to have some of the founding people from like the original year here this evening to kind of just talk about the event and maybe share their plans for 2023 so that we can maybe all make this the biggest Marchintosh ever. So
yes.
So hey, let's do some introductions. Joe, you start, and then we'll just go kind of clockwise.
Hi, everybody. Marchintosh forever. How you doing? Joe of Joe's Computer Museum, one of the co-founders, whatever that means, of Marchintosh, along with Ron and Steve. I do weird, wacky things on the internet. You all know who I am. Marchintosh, go. Next, Garth, go.
I'm Garth Beagle. I do things on the internet as well. Pictures and videos and sometimes other things and birds and... I'm also very excited for Marchintosh. On to you, Logan.
I am Logan. I have no experience with Marchintosh, but I am very interested to learn.
Very cool.
I do make YouTube videos, but I don't make ones of me. That's me. Go ahead, Javier.
All right, I am Javier Rivera, and I also love Marchintosh, love Macintosh, love everything Apple. So I'm here to have a lot of fun.
Take it, Justin.
I'm Justin D. Morgan. I run a YouTube channel, strangely named Justin D. Morgan. I bought another classic Mac today and almost bought a second one, but I decided it would be best to wait on it to see if I can get a better price. Michael.
Hi, I'm Michael, or Michael if you want to say it in French, and I run the YouTube channel One Bit Fever Dreams. I started it because of Marchintosh 2022, so because of these fools, I'm like hundreds of dollars deep in equipment and streaming stuff and RGB to HDMI. It never stops, and it's fun. So join in, guys.
Yes, it never stops. It never stops.
That is the true sickness of Marchintosh. It happens all year round. And
you'll get your bill in the mail, Steve.
Yeah, your monthly Marchintosh bill. So I'm Steve. I do the Mac 84 stuff on the YouTubes. I'm also on the social medias under various names, most of which revolve around Mac 84 and TV. So there you go. And I'm happy to be one of the founders of Marchintosh. I secured the domain and did the HTML. And that's what I do.
Oh.
Please don't find any typos.
So now that we've done some introductions, let's take just a second. I'm gonna see if I could do this. I knew I should have tested this before the stream started, but let me see if I can make the screen come up here. Hi, I can, but let me get myself out of the way. I'm gonna make this
Ron big now.
Solo layout. Actually, no, I'm not gonna do solo layout. Let's do it like this. Okay. So for folks that don't know, Marchintosh is a annual event where through the month of March, we encourage people to produce cool Macintosh content. And that can be more than just like, hey, I'm making a YouTube video about an old machine. You can also do lots of other fun things, like you can go out and do a piece of art. You can write some poetry. You can teach something to your students if you're a teacher about Macintosh stuff, and then share a story about it. But it's really just trying to get people excited about the kind of retro Macintosh hobby. And there's lots of different ways to participate. There's no way to do it wrong except for the ways that you can do it wrong, which we'll talk about here in just a second. But probably the best way to learn about the event is to head over to marchintosh.com, which, again, Steve was kind enough to pick up the domain name and give us a little bit of hosting for. And this has got all kinds of information about how to participate, how to post your stuff online. Unlike a lot of other events, this is not really gatekept. We want people to participate at whatever level they feel confident. And you want to make sure that you check out our style guide, which a lot of places, like I remember the first year that I did Dawsember, I had to make my own logo because it wasn't just something that was out there that people could go out and do anything with. But we've got a wonderful style guide that was put together that has some artwork that was put together by Mr. Javier. So that way that you've got some artwork and stuff that you can immediately slap on your videos for branding. And then there's also some information about fonts and things like that that I encourage you guys to go and check. But let me go back to regular camera and then
normal view.
I know.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. Okay, we're back. Okay, so definitely head over there and check that out.
Who's making the noises?
Yeah, someone's eating their
Yeah,
microphone
who's chewing on their microphone?
or typing.
I don't
Don't.
have one, so
Well, that's good.
That's great.
So,
that makes a lot
That's
of
great.
sense. Don't think too much about that.
Yeah, I was going to say, keyboards are hard. But anyway, check out marchintosh.com for more information about how to participate in the event. I thought that we would maybe take the next couple of minutes and talk about like what we think worked in years past, what types of things people would like to see this year, and then after that, maybe we can go around and just kind of talk about how or the cool things that we're going to do for the event. Because of course, the easiest way to make sure you don't do something is to tell everybody you're going to do it, and then you're like at the last minute scrambling to get that project done, right? So, how about we go reverse order, Steve? What's maybe some good things and bad things about previous year's events and things you'd like to see this year?
Yeah. So, first off, if you're new to doing video content or anything like that, you probably want to set your expectations. Don't go out and buy a bunch of lights and camera and gear, and that's just going to trip you up. Just do what you can with what you have. You're going to make videos with subpar audio or video. That's just what happens. We all have a camera or a phone that
is
might
all
be
you need.
Yeah, phone or camera might be a little out of date. It's okay. It's fine. Please go back and look at my first videos and cringe. But also make sure that you're doing something that's unique and that's interesting. If you are going to do a video that is very similar to something else that's out there that's fairly recent, you may not get as much praise or attention for it. But hey, if someone did a video about a similar subject and it's like 6 years old, and you could go in and maybe make one that's a little bit different and showcase some other things, but also try and collaborate. Try and see who else is out there, maybe interested in the same thing. Maybe you have something that is fun with two people, whether it be a game or a project or some type of networking thing, or you have a program, somebody has a camera or whatever, you could play around with that. So I'd say just reach out and see who wants to play around and have fun with each other, and just try and make the month of March something fun. Don't stress yourself out.
One bit.
I agree.
I agree.
Could
Since you were kind
skip
of a
over me
newcomer,
because I know.
okay.
Yeah, skip over me for now because I know the source of the sound that you all were hearing. It's actually my kid's bath draining through the pipes in the basement.
Oh, that's great.
Oh,
So
That's amazing.
give me,
you should
Give
not
me
have
a third
bathed them in the
first and, I'll
slime from
come back.
Ghostbusters 2. That's a rookie mistake, Dad.
All
That
right,
noise
so-
canceling just doesn't like baths.
No.
okay. So it's crap. I have to leave. Darn it.
Or maybe it's not.
I'll be back.
Okay. Sounds good.
I guess it's me if we're going in reverse order.
Yes.
Yeah, go.
Well,
Go.
I think one thing that worked for me last year was live streams. One thing that didn't work for me last year was scripted videos, because I don't think I got any out, despite the fact of always wanting to do them, because it seems like I go like to the end of the month trying to get to the point where I can make the video, and then the month ends and the next month's here, and then, well, now it's not topical anymore. So this
That
year I'm
happens.
just going to set the goal of doing what I can, and whatever I get out, and what I don't, I don't.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. The whole point's to have
will.
fun, right?
Yeah.
It's not necessarily
Exactly.
I have to do blah. Just do anything. Do a short. Do a Twitter thread. I'm sorry, Twitter's no longer fashionable. Do a
Mastodon
social
thread.
media thread,
Yeah.
whatever.
Mhm.
Friendster.
Friendster. Yes.
Yeah,
MySpace.
dust off your AOL account and
Keyword Marchintosh.
Great. I think I'm gonna finally get to that GeoCities website on Marchintosh. Oh,
Yeah.
there you go. Well, and that might
great.
be
That
a fun
service is
idea.
done with. Oh well.
That might be a fun idea to do like a retro website or something and stream it to your classic Mac. I mean, that's another great idea. It's really just about kind of flexing your tech muscle, maybe, or just like do a write up about your very favorite glider game. I don't know.
And yeah, just ask Joe about the denial of service attacks he got on his poor little Macintosh server.
Yep. Oh no. Oh no.
Joe knows.
So, Hav.
So, yeah, I've been planning to do several things last Marchintoshes, and my plans have bumped away. Actually, one of the things where I was trying to do an Atari emulating a Macintosh. I've been trying to do that for 2 years, and still I haven't been able to. So, Atari and I have a special thing between us. So I may do another thing. But yeah, it's all about having fun. It's all about enjoying. Maybe I'll do something with somebody else, and we'll talk about maybe why it didn't work, my Atari emulating a Mac. Maybe that's a good one. So
maybe
Sure.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Hey, I want to take a second to say some hellos to some folks who came in late. Will K-Mac, and Mike from Mike's Mac Shack, or soon to be renamed. And Eric.
Yeah, I didn't even know I was invited. So.
Well, yeah, I thought you were. I always forget that you don't always see the Discord stuff. So that's why. Sorry, I should have thought to send you a iMessage about it.
Yeah,
I'm glad you're here.
I'm very antisocial. I don't do the social very well.
No, not Mike. No.
So yeah, to get you guys up to speed, kind of, we're just sitting. We did a little bit of introduction to like what Marchintosh is all about, and then we're just kind of now just going through and just talking a little bit about maybe things that worked last year, things we'd like to see this year, and then we'll go through and we'll actually do a round where we talk about the projects and stuff we're going to work on, or things that might be of interest that that folks can get off the ground. So.
Okay. Well, if I'm going to do anything for Marchintosh, I better get my butt over to New Jersey and raid somebody's basement.
No.
I know.
I'll be perfectly honest with you. I don't have any projects here that are Mac related.
We'll fix that. Don't worry.
Yeah.
It really sucks.
Everybody send your broken stuff to him.
Yep.
Yeah. Watch him turn it on live and have it catch fire, and then watch Steve jump across the basement.
State of affairs is anything that's broken in my house is all PC. So that should tell you something.
Eric, just when you get tired of that iMac, just give it to Mike, and then he'll fuss with it.
Already tired.
So I forgot where we're at in order. I know I've. Let me, Justin.
Oh, actually, I already went.
Oh, sorry.
I think it's actually Garth.
Yeah, probably me. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Garth's turn next, I believe.
Yeah, I think actually last year was again my first time really doing a lot of this stuff. I made I looked back and I didn't realize I made a video every week last year, and I remember it being very tiring. But I had a really fun time, really learning how to edit videos and make videos and stuff, which I'd never really done that much before. And it's my good friend Jim. And it was super cool to work with all these great people who gave me good advice and really I was inspired by many of you here. So thank you. And I'm just super happy to participate in this. But I agree with what some of you have already said. Just do what you want to do. So do something you'd like to do. And even if it's small or simple, don't necessarily think about the big projects because, you probably won't get them done. And honestly, the thing I had the most fun with last year was this last minute thing I did. And it was super fun. And just try to have fun with it. That's what it's all about.
Yeah. Very cool.
I like it.
Joe.
No, let's let the other new people who came in go first.
Oh, okay.
Will, go.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I wasn't in it last year. This time last year was when I just started doing all this stuff. So I was building my collection and learning. But anyway, this year now I have a lot more under my belt and a lot more actually experience. Two things that I'm gotten good at that I enjoy doing is the SE30s reloaded, and I just got some classic boards also now reloaded. So I've already spoken a bit with Ron about it. Sorry, Ron, I'm going to let the cat out the bag. I mean, I wouldn't mind giving away or doing an SE30 board. I have a couple bombed ones that I can transfer and get one to work, and I can even make some custom ROMs with it, and even some 4 actually megabytes. What are they, Sims? So I do have a lot of options there I can do, but I'm only going to do the board, so I don't know if other people want to chip in and add the rest of the machine, and then we have a whole machine or what. But I don't need it, so I'm going to give it away. So I want to give it away.
Okay.
So I can either do SE30, I can do a classic. It will have the modified clean ROM. It won't be on the ROM sim. It will be in the actually PLCC on the board, because those sim sockets are difficult to get. But it will be clean ROM, and it will have a boot image and everything also. So I don't know what y'all think, if that's.
No, that's an amazing thing, and it's. I'm sorry, Joe, but I was just gonna say it's great to like the generosity and stuff of this community. It's just really cool that people just put things out there. Sorry, Joe.
No, I was just saying I like it. That's it. That's all I was saying.
Well, great. So hopefully we can get some folks that'll pony some stuff up. I know we've talked about some things, so we'll have to get that all.
Send me a message.
Yeah, I mean, I'll do the board. I have the board. I have all the stuff for it. It will all be socketed, because that's the easiest way to do all those actually PLCC chips. It will. Like I said, I can do the ROM, I can do the memory, or I can leave the memory for someone else to do, so that way they have something or what. But at least I've got the board, so I can actually contribute that.
Cool.
Eric, did you have ideas of some fun stuff you'd like to do this year?
Yeah, actually, last year I kicked off that hypercard programming thing. So what I plan to do this year, and actually I can kind of show, hang on a second here. I've got a little hypercard project that I'm working on. Transition, sorry. That is a version of the Neko cat that you've seen probably on Unix and web pages. The Palm Pilot had one, where you've got this.
Buttons are hard.
Buttons are hard.
Hello, Ron.
I love that shirt, blue Scuzzy shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this thing where the kitten chases after the mouse.
Mm-hmm.
I've added a couple of animations to it, and then I'm going to have it bat around the mouse and have the cursor move, to the other side because the cat's playing with it. Things like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cute.
It sleeps, it does other things, but I'm using it as a platform to show these are the kinds of projects you can do in HyperCard. A little bit of programming, because this has got some real-time animation in it. It uses a really simple animation technique with using icons, stuff like that. Anyway, so that's what I plan on featuring in Marchintosh. I'll do several videos on that.
Very cool.
Nike.
I know we kind of got sidetracked on some of the stuff, but I would like to hear your honest praise about how things went and how things went last year. I do think that I'm very excited about your HyperCard stuff, Eric, and I really hope that VCF Midwest that you can get in and do a session kind of about HyperCard programming. I think that'll be exciting. So
yeah, I got an email back from they're making decisions in August.
Right.
But he did say, "Oh, you have a good chance, I think."
Yeah, programming stuff. That's your target audience up there. So But so it'll be nice to get like a taste of what to maybe see at VCF Midwest with your Marchintosh content this year. So if I could say, I like how diverse the content was last year. There were lots of people that wrote blog posts. There were people that had like their kids do some artwork and things like that. I know that Retrotech Chris created a sort of a playlist on YouTube that covered a lot of those, so that way that people could just very easily kind of spin through some of that content. And then I know out on Twitter, and Mastodon really wasn't as popular of a thing at that time, but we do have the hashtag, and we have a Marchintosh account over there this year, so that people that have left the bird site have ways that they can kind of track and share content with people on that platform. I think that there were a couple of even like Instagram posts and things. I think Kate did some stuff over there, the Macintosh librarian. So I mean, we're growing and growing and growing. We're hitting more and more platforms. There was even like mentions on Reddit, stuff like that, which is really good. So, good. So could be worse.
I posted something on Reddit actually. I did.
Yeah.
I did
so
too.
It's great, and it's all because of people coming together and putting the effort in and trying to spread the word and get more people excited about the hobby. So thank you to everybody here that showed up tonight, especially, and thank you to all the people that are in the chat and the people that'll watch this hopefully in the days to come. That everybody did their part, and it really built things up. I think first year one was really good, just kind of got it out there. We had a lot of people doing things, and then year two was like our big growth year. So I'm hoping year three is going to be another growth year for us.
Absolutely. I agree with you entirely, Ron. I think the only, if you could even call it a failure for last year, was that there wasn't enough content. We need to double the content this year. Double the content. Do more.
So how many of those videos will be yours, Joe?
0.
No, Joe.
No, probably one. But no, seriously, invite your friends. If you have anyone out there who's into the old computers, but maybe they're not on the social medias or all of that stuff, invite them to somehow contribute. If they want to contribute, go out there, make friends, make connections, things like that, and bring them into this wonderful Marchintosh community, the Macintosh community. Mm-hmm. We have just in this last year grown so much as a community of people. I don't even know how to say it. Like a couple years ago, like I knew Ron, and now I know all y'all. It's great. It's super awesome. Well, I know Javier too, but he doesn't count.
Yeah, I'm always left out.
You're kind of like a ghost in there. You're just, can't find you anywhere.
I think what I'd like to see, this year is more younger creators. Logan as an example, who was here earlier. As you can probably see from the sea of white old men here, I'd love to see a lot more younger creators, more historical content. A lot of what the content is let's see what the technology can do. But I like to see more content kind of akin to what Macintosh Librarian does. It's like, how was this affecting this at that time in this period of history?
Yeah,
right.
More crazy things. I like to, some of my favorite stuff is to see technology do something it was never intended to do. So Action Retro, get to work. But most of all, the thing I'd like to everybody who's listening, who plans on participating in Marchintosh this year, make it your own. It's about you telling a story about how you love your Macs and why they're special to you. I think that personal touch adds a lot. So.
Yep.
Is that your G4 power supply?
Yeah, with the torn off leads.
Nice.
Ouch.
I need someone who understands electricity to help me with this. So
yeah,
just bring the money to do it.
Reach out to me, Eric.
About young people, I do know when I help him down in Cayman, there is that kid. He's actually 17. And he bought some machines from me, and I gave him some too, and he's put them back together, and I mean, laptops that I was like, I hate these laptops. I don't want to see them. Type way that I just give to him, and he actually melts the plastic back together and builds it back together. I mean,
Nice.
now he hasn't done videos or anything, but maybe I can get him to team up and do some things with me.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a young one coming in, and he's about to go to school up in Canada, and actually in actually Ontario. So he's going to be going up there for some actually electronic school and university and that. So, but yeah, that's a brand new young generation, 17 years old. I mean, and he's into these machines.
I love it.
And that's really what you have to do, is you have to encourage that next generation of people, because they're the ones that are going to keep this hobby on. I mean, after we're gone or whatever. So I mean, I plan on sticking around forever. I'm going to do my best.
Okay, Riker.
Yeah. I can see what he wants to do with me in the month of March, because he doesn't have cameras set up and all this at his house and that, and see what he wants to do. I mean, another thing I have to do too is I've got my Lisas I need to work on, but those aren't really Macintoshes.
They could run the Mac OS close enough.
Yeah, I do have the manual that actually says Lisa is now Macintosh XL.
Right.
Well, you could start a Lee September event.
So
all 3 people on the internet will participate.
So, but yeah, I mean, I am going to be rebuilding most of the boards in my Lisa, because they are in bad shape. So I did get replacement boards, and I am going to be remaking them. I'm going to try. Awesome. Let's see what I can do.
Well, it's tangentially related, Lisa and Macintosh. I mean, and all that. So, especially Mac XL kind of things. So I'm excited to see what you get going there on all that.
Yeah. I hope I can fix it. I really do hope I can get it back up and running. I mean, I did manage to turn it on. It did come on. I did get a white screen, but I didn't get anything booting because the I/O boards are just trash. It's only it is the I/O board and the motherboard or the backplane that I have to rebuild. So CPU board and memory board are fine.
Yeah. Well, cool. I'm looking forward to watching the videos, man. We'll see.
Yeah. Okay.
So, does anybody else have anything they want to throw out there? Because we kind of bounced around, but I want to make sure that anybody.
I would add something to what Joe said earlier about doing stuff that were not intended for those machines. It's kind of a segue to my project. I have intentions of starting for Marchintosh this year. And it's a series about programming in C, which I'm doing. I've been doing a few videos about some output I've done in C. So I'm going to at least do a tutorial on how to get set up. And it's actually if I checked my history in Twitter from last year, it was the post that got the most traction on Twitter in my account ever. I got something like 50 reshares and 273 thumbs up or something. And
awesome.
None of my posts do that ever usually.
Wow.
And it kind of struck a chord. So I'm guessing maybe I should do videos about this and how to get set up, how to build your first programs, what are the gotchas you got to pay attention to be efficient. And when your project becomes large, what do you do with multiple files? How to set all that up? And I've been doing this for 20 years. I've been trying to target development for old Mac Plus, with ThinkC. And my development environment is System 7, but I tried to target the earliest Macs, and it's still possible, even with software from 1990. But it's hard. There's not a lot of documentation. You have to dig around, and I've done a lot of the heavy lifting years ago. So that ThinkC looks like this. There's a Think reference viewer that you can use to easily check all the functions that are used in the Mac. And I have another. I have code. You can see the dates. This is my project folder from 2005.
Yeah.
I was doing this a long time ago, and I can also explain where my logo comes from. It comes from this program. So this was kind of a mock logo, game company logo I did 20 years ago. It was called 20 Years Ago Entertainment because it was in 2004. And back then, back then it was 20 years old, the Mac Plus. So the first Macs anyway. So that was a kind of a crazy concept I had for a game. And yeah, maybe I'm going to dig around some old code and show it off as well. On top of the tutorial thing. So
I like how your C source code's named cursed-init.c.
Yeah,
Right.
I did a video about that. I had a cursed init boot disk. You should see it. And if you need help to see it, there you go.
Man, this is even something I would love to get into, man, because I'm a former programmer and I would love to get into the Macintosh programming.
Oh yeah.
I'm not a professional programmer, but I've been doing this as a hobby for ages. And like I had friends in high school that asked me, "Why didn't you go into programming?" And because I was so nuts about it, but I prefer going somewhere else instead. But I would love to see what you could come up with.
Yeah,
cool.
I mean,
it's nice to have
something neat. It'll be something. I mean, I've been even thinking about learning actually assembly for it. So going back to the machine code for the
assembly
X6800.
Is
when I went to look at that, I was like, ugh.
Well, assembly, you can just focus on some small blocks inside your C program. So the main thing will be programming easy high-level C, and you just focus on the assembly part for very specific tasks. So you can do both easily.
Interesting. It'll be fun.
Very cool.
Yeah, what I really like about hearing about this is it's not just about fixing hardware. It's also about all the other things, using these computers the way they were intended to be used. Or like Bill Goetz, Dan from Orkney. He's been doing some hardware interfacing with HyperCard so he can control lights and things like that. It's just, really awesome little projects that maybe alone they don't do much, but you can build on them.
Here's the video I want to see this year. I want to see challenge videos. I want to see people where it's like, I'm going to use a Mac as my daily driver for a week. Or I want to see somebody, look at Steve. Or I want to see somebody
so hard.
that's got one of those iGeffen USB to ADB adapters, and it's like, I'm going to use a Mac extended keyboard as my daily driver keyboard for a week or something like that. That would be neat. I would love to hear like somebody's kind of report back about how like the experience of having to use some of this retro stuff.
I'm going to use an original iMac Puck mouse as my daily driver.
Don't torture yourself.
Oh, poor.
What I would say if you want to do some of those projects, it's getting to the middle of March and there's no end in sight, just cut it there and release what you release. Don't go crazy, because I've done that before of like trying to set something up. I was going to do this whole thing and then it just fell apart and I didn't release anything. So, just set your expectations to cut things into chunks and make it manageable.
Yeah. And don't be afraid to, like Steve said, don't be afraid to post your failures too. Where if you're like, I've got this idea where I'm going to make the ultimate Quadra 630 or something and every upgrade, and then you get to the end and your power supply blows, post what you got and just show people
my failures.
Yeah, just show everybody what you did get done.
I'm still thinking about using the Macintosh extended keyboard as the daily driver. March 1st, I see the post now. March 1st, I'm taking my Macintosh extended keyboard to work today. This is going to be so much fun. March 2nd's post, I've been banished to the office at the farthest end of campus.
All we see is a news article from Virginia about man strangled to death in industrial complex.
That's right. Yeah.
Keyboard cord hanging from him. Yeah.
It's yeah, it might be. I think people are not used to. I mean, you want to make sure you have like your own office. I would not, I would not do that in an open environment.
So let me
But
regale you with a small little tidbit about the Apple extended keyboard. I would recommend against using them around people these days because I use a Model M at work on my Ryzen 5 Thin client, and it really ticks everyone off when I'm sitting there keying in invoices all day. And I love it because it annoys them so much.
You just type harder to drone them out.
Oh, I have see the Model M keyboard is perfect because I have anger issues, and when I get really ticked off at my AS400 not working correctly, I can sit there and I can hammer on that keyboard, and it just says more, please.
Yeah.
So I would love to use an Apple extended keyboard at work.
It's a sound of progress.
Exactly.
Well,
at least you know I'm doing something.
Well, then I'll tell you what, Mike. Somebody should use the Apple Design keyboard as their daily driver for a week.
Now
that's
that
a
would
nice.
be hell.
That's a nice, quiet keyboard.
That would be hell.
Yeah, I think so too. Like, who put mashed potatoes in my keyboard?
Oh my god.
Oh wait, no, just the Apple Design keyboard design.
Yeah, yeah. Just the
Just
cheapest
just
keyboard.
just actually make an audio file of it and then just actually play it on your computer all day.
Or that would be something fun to use, like a desktop theme replacement for your Windows machine. There was somebody the other day that it was like you can turn some older versions of Mac OS to look like System 7. So use that for a couple of days and just see how that goes. So there's lots of fun things.
System 7 theme for Windows 11. That would be great.
Yeah, that would be
That'd
great.
be cool. That would be cool. Actually, I could
dig
do
that.
that.
With all the audio files of the keyboard clicking.
A 12-hour ASMR.
So yeah, there's lots of cool things that people can do. Again, if you head over to marchintosh.com, you can get some cool ideas because you can look at the 2022 playlist, which is out there as well. That so that way folks can maybe get an idea, see what's been done in the past, maybe inspire them to. Hold on, I'm trying to get there. There we go. Inspire them to kind of do some cool ideas. So it's nice because there's also a thread over on Tinker Different. So tinkerdifferent.com. You can go there and oh, you took a picture of the screen, Garth? That's a heck of a
Don't mind me.
screenshot.
I'm using an iPad as it.
I get it.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ron. I'm so sorry.
No, I was just going to say that there's sort of cool ideas out there too that you can share with people, or get inspired by out there as well. So, so to summarize, kind of the things you want to do is you definitely want to have fun. You want to try to build friendships and promote Macintosh retro computing. And last year we kind of split the traffic on some things. So I would say this year try to use the hashtag just Marchintosh. Rather than Marchintosh in a year, so that way it's more of an evergreen sort of thing. So,
I 100% agree.
Yeah,
totally 100% agree.
Because I think last year we kind of split the traffic by trying to, because some people were doing Marchintosh, some people doing Marchintosh 2022, and I was doing my best to kind of keep up on both on the official Twitter account, and it was just like it was a lot.
Yeah,
it was a lot to keep up on. So. But make sure that you guys use the official artwork for the event, which you can get, again, on the style guide on marchintosh.com. Again, thank you, Javier. And then try to focus on the 68K, PowerPC, and Intel era of Macintosh. Because we used to say early Intel era, but now Intel, since that's been depreciated, that's kind of part of that classic era too. So if you've got a fun OS 10 project or something that you've been putting off, yeah, get your Intel Mac out and make it happen. Do hardware hack blog posts, game reviews, productivity, general use software, just basically anything about those classic Macs.
A marathon.
Yeah, actually, that would be really neat. I would like to, because Eric Helgeson, we did a game stream where we all played Marathon, and I'd love to play Marathon again. That'd be great.
We just got to settle the stakes. Everyone's on an LC2 with local talk networking.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
my
yeah.
Hold on, let me get out my Farallons. Oh wait, I've got neither nets.
Yeah, Ethernet. So those were your do's. Your don'ts. We're not really like a M1, M2 iOS kind of event. There's other stuff for that goes on during the year. But do you have a cool video about your Newton that you're using it with your PowerPC machine or something? Yeah, absolutely. Put that all together. But just know like modern Macs. Don't do direct advertising of your own products. So if you're excited about something that someone is selling, then that's great. But try not to use it as a springboard for like your online store or something. So that would be good. I would also say that you want to try to produce kind of family-friendly content, just because there's a lot of people that are going to see the hashtag. If you do have something that is kind of more of a not safe for work thing, definitely tag it as such, so that way that it doesn't end up kind of like in the same feed as, hey, here's my kids' drawings that they put on the fridge. So just use your best judgment. We didn't have problems with that in the past, so hopefully we won't have that in the future. So, and then don't forget to temper your use of Apple's intellectual property. It's the best way to kind of stay away from their legal team. So, granted, like retro stuff and all that, it's kind of a gray area. I don't see them out causing problems, but probably don't like make 1,000 T-shirts and then try to sell them or something. That would be really bad. So.
Like Javier, I mean, right there.
Yeah, the reason Ron's saying that is Javier has the market covered, so just don't.
Right, just go and talk to Javier. It's fine. It's fine. So
that's right. So I got a guy who knows a guy.
Miami, a different country.
Yes,
completely.
So be sure to get over to marchintosh.com and read more about it. Get your artware, get your fonts, get all the stuff that you're going to need to do some cool content. So, Macintosh Librarian says no Apple rugs.
Oh no!
She got the market covered.
I know, she's got the market covered on the rugs. But oops. Sorry, when you click off, if another comment comes up, and that's fine, Sean. We've broadcasted your welcome. So, but.
And there's also a new Mastodon name this year for Marchintosh. So I think it's Marchintosh at bitbang.social or whatever it is. But it's on the website as well. If not, I'll put it there right after the show. But yeah, so we're just trying to spread things out. So go to the website. All the information's there if you need to find out more information about the event.
Yeah, cool.
Great. Was there a new logo for this year? I couldn't find it on the website.
Nope. We're just, it's the standard logo that we've always kind of used. I did for promotion on social media, just for tonight's meeting, I did have like a little 2023 or something in there, but I just threw that together in 2 seconds. That's
with
not
red.
anything that Javier did. So I would just use the standard artwork that we've got out there on the website. Yeah. So that way, again, we're not splitting our audience or whatever. Yeah.
Good.
Do it.
Yeah, let's go.
Just do it.
Cool beans.
Yeah.
Anybody else have anything extra cool you want to add to our conversation tonight about Marchintosh?
Do the thing.
Get cracking on your video.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do the thing.
Yeah, start early.
Fun.
Start over.
Doing it.
Start your engines.
Yeah, start your engines now. That way, when March comes around, you'll have something.
Yeah, right. Don't feel pressured when Ron's texts you and said, "Where's your videos?" at like every 2 hours.
Oh.
Like, don't.
Well, unsubscribe. Unsubscribe.
That doesn't happen.
And Justin, start your stream now and end in April.
I mean, didn't you all see my stream last week? The Groundhog predicted an early Marchintosh, and I had a Marchintosh stream last week.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Then I decided it's probably silly to talk to the groundhogs.
Yeah, that's
nice.
Not going to end well.
Approved, Sean.
So that's cool. I just I know a lot of people, especially even like people that stream a lot of Apple II stuff and PC stuff. are doing their best to kind of produce some content this year. Hopefully, we'll see some big name people. I know that Adrian from Adrian's Digital Basement did a Marchintosh video last year, or just like a short and some other things. Yeah, that's another thing. Don't be afraid to just use YouTube Shorts. You can do an unboxing or something like that, or hey, here's something neat I saw online, and tag the event in that stuff too. So it doesn't have to be, like Steve was saying, a 3-hour exhaustive video about like Andy Hertzfeld's time at Apple. It could be like, hey, here's my favorite story, because I think I did like a reading last year where I just kind of like read one of my favorite stories out of Andy's book, and you could do something like that.
Just a 12-hour live stream of reading every article from folklore.org in order in a nice, low, sultry voice.
In a slow, monotone voice.
I'll be your best friend, said Burl Smith.
Right. Joe and I could read like different parts.
Yeah,
dramatic
radio,
acting.
A
so
radio
who gets
play.
To be Burl Smith then?
Yeah.
It was a dark, stormy night.
Oh, this is going downhill.
I think Javier should be Burrell, because he's got the same haircut.
That's right.
I'm in danger.
Oh.
That's true.
Run, Forrest, run!
Cool.
Well, I think we should start working on our Marchintosh things now, Ron, right?
Yeah, I think so too. So we'll go ahead and we'll wrap this up. If we could just go through, let's just do one last sort of bit of shameless self-promotion. You can tell people where to find you. Actually, I wanted to talk about my projects real fast. I've got like a couple of things I'm doing with like Performa machines, and I've got some other cool ideas for some upgrades on stuff, and just I've got a little art project I'm working on, some other things. So stay tuned. But let's go through.
Performas, you poor devil.
I know. I love it. I now have a 6360 and a 6500. So I have like the two most powerful Performa machines that Apple ever made.
And there are two different recalls for those systems. That's I just find hilarious. Oh,
I know.
God.
I love them though. They're terrible. They're so terrible. They're like a moped. Just don't let anybody see you riding one. So. But let's go through and let's do a little bit of shameless self-promotion to go ahead and finish this up. So, Joe.
Hi, everybody. I'm Joe from Joe's Computer Museum. I'm going to be doing some cool Marchintosh content this month. Mostly, I'm going to be sitting here building blue scuzzies for all you all. So once they're back in stock, go and get blue scuzzies. But aside from that, I have a little project about doing a SATA conversion for an IDE G3 or G4 or something like that. So we're going to see what happens there. Will it see this really big SATA drive? Will it not see it? Will I have to yell at it and curse at it and throw it at Steve? I don't know. I'm just going to drop it here and it's going to fall on his head. So we'll see. So yeah, remember to check out my YouTube channel at Joe's Computer Museum on YouTube. You can follow me on jcm-1.com. And all of those other linkadoodles right down there, as long as my screen resolution is big enough for you to see it. Garth!
I'm Garth Beagle, as you already know, and I'm on YouTube and all those other places as Garth Beagle. But yeah, I'm super excited too. And yeah, one of my things I think about doing this year was, I'm not going to tell you, because I know if I tell you, I won't do it. It'll turn into disaster. So I'm not telling you, but I will do something interesting this year.
Garth, Master Secrets.
I'm looking forward to
and
it.
If I don't do it, you won't know because I didn't do it. So there you go.
Did Garth forget? Did Garth not do it? Or did Garth fail miserably?
Right.
It's Schrodinger's Garth!
Stay tuned next year for Garthintosh.
Oh.
Yes. I am Justin D. Morgan on YouTube. I have some good Marchintosh content lined up. I have some LC computers that are going to get some TLC during Marchintosh, including an LC3 and an LC475, possibly even just a plain old LC. I have parts coming from the UK so that I can attempt to get my SE in working order, because right now the power supply is broken in a way that I cannot fix it. So I'm going to replace that power supply with something else. I am even trying hard not to part with money right now, but I'm probably going to go pick up an SE30 tomorrow night because it's at a really good price.
Yes.
And it actually, in the listing, shows pictures of it powered up and booting.
Wow, that's nice.
And I wish I could tell what
it's still battery
extensions are
bombed,
loading.
but it's
Amazingly, you have the one that works still.
Yeah, the battery is holding those connections together.
So yes, I just wish I could see the picture clear
Battery
enough to know
juice.
what extensions are loading, because that might be a clue of what's in it. But yes, the SE is shown in pictures as booting, and I'm probably going to end up going
What are
and
you
getting
doing
it
here,
tomorrow night.
Justin? Just go and get it now. Go, go.
Yeah, just go.
Oh,
Assemble the board.
it'll be tomorrow night. But anyway, stay tuned. I'm sure there'll be plenty of fun stuff on my channel for Marchintosh. Just go look for me on YouTube, Justin D. Morgan, or wait for Ron to update links after the stream ends.
Cool. Javier.
I am Will.
Will.
I run KMac Vintage YouTube channel, and I am setting up my coffee.com at that, and you can go there also, KMac Vintage. I'm looking to do possibly a SE30 reloaded board as an actual giveaway. Maybe teaming up with some people, make it an actually complete system. I can do a classic. I may work on my Lisa, so I have to actually rebuild that actually machine completely. So could be some interesting things coming up in the month of March for me. So that's it.
Cool. So I'm Steve from Mac84. I'm very much trying. I've set goals with myself and with others who are collaborating with me to check facts on my Macintosh clones video. So I'm hopeful that if it doesn't come out for March, it'll come out in April. But I'm also working on some neat things that I think will be fun for Marchintosh, and hope the event is a success. So yeah, see you around.
Very cool.
One bit.
So yeah, my name is Michael. I run the channel One Bit Fever Dreams. I'm on bitbang.social with just the name tag 1bit, and on Twitter it's harder. It's Juno Mikal 1. Doesn't matter. It's going down in flames anyway. So I'm pretty much on on the frontier between hardware and software. I love doing hardware. I've learned a lot in the last years because of you guys in part. But I kind of feel like I have to do the balancing act and go towards software. So I'm gonna start my series on Think C and how to program C for Macintosh, for very old Macintoshes. I do like game stuff, software, and random hardware that connects to the Mac Plus mostly. But I want to branch out. Have to repair a Color Classic sometime. Not this year, not in this Marchintosh of this year, but eventually I'll get around to it. So, and I got a Naboo, guys, but wrong month.
Yes.
Naboo November.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh
It's
boy.
coming. It's coming.
November.
Javier.
Alrighty, so I am Javier Rivera, and I have a YouTube channel called Adventures in Retro Computing, and I'm in YouTube/Hubmaster. I also am in BitBang, Hubmaster, BitBang Social, Hubmaster in Twitter. I have a Coffee and Patreon if you want, and 8BTs. Anyway, I'm gonna try to. I just remember I found a power computing on my garage.
Oh,
So,
nice.
I may be
No, you don't need that. Just bring it to VCF East. I'll take care of it.
He's bringing it to Kansas Fest. That's final offer.
Whatever.
Just send me a picture.
That's it. I'm gonna try to do that. So we'll see. And that's it. Next,
Mike.
Well, everybody knows me. I'm Mike from Mike's Mac Shack. And of course, I was trying to call my sidekick over, but he won't come because he's a jerk. I am not social. I do have a Facebook page that I don't use very much. And right now, I'm actually thinking about changing the name of my channel because I don't really focus on Macs all the time anymore. But I might actually try to do something with the prototype back here. I got some things that I've been thinking about playing with, and I still got it sitting here right behind me. Is thereabouts. So maybe I'll actually do a real video for once. I haven't done one of those in quite some time. Yeah, I know Steve's shocked. And worst case is I'll just go shopping over in New Jersey and see if I can't pick something up over there.
Yeah.
You only find printers.
Yeah, I got a great deal for you on personal laser writers.
2 for the price of 1.
No, 3 for the price of none.
Oh, wow!
Take
He's got like a whole corner of his
Somebody
garage.
take
is nothing
Steve's
but
temperature.
personal
He's
laser
giving
writers.
away printers.
Take
Hey,
the
kid,
deal.
Crazy Steve from Crazy Steve's Used Printers Emporium.
I didn't tell you how high on the shelf in the garage they were, but that's for you to figure out.
Maybe
an
something retro techie will not want.
Like an Aeschylus kind of height, Steve,
Nah,
or
he's gonna want it.
About 12 feet in the air.
oh my gosh, Eric.
So I've decided to branch out into what to do with these vintage machines that are just not repairable. And I've come up with a new line of headwear. So, you know.
Yeah.
There you go.
You know,
Like your store web.
you have to walk.
We've
very
been there.
straight.
Oh
it needs a
my
large
God, I love it.
Dude, it needs a Larson chaser. It needs a Larson chaser. in it.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah, the
Oh.
Battlestar reboot looking.
Battlestar
Oh my
Galactica
God,
going, yeah.
That's it.
Or
I tip my
Spaceball.
hat to that suggestion, Eric.
We
want the
all
internet.
need to have one of those at VCF and just like walk around like a bunch of idiots.
Oh, I've got a dead one.
Are
over
you
here.
men?
Yes.
We are Mako.
With the Devo hats.
To
Yeah,
whip it.
Devo hats. Yeah.
Mac it. Mac it good.
I don't know. You can find me at Eric's Edge on YouTube and Twitter and bitbang.social, Mastodon. And I, attempt to repair things like, this is a work in progress. So if you want to learn how not to repair something, you should watch my streams. No,
You're gonna
just
win.
All kidding aside, these guys have taught me a lot. Some of it hasn't sunk in yet, but the community is strong, so I expect to survive. Thank you all.
Yep. And Ryan says, just talking to Veronica explains they were not aware of Marchintosh. Be an evangelist. Talk to people about the event. Spread the word. Try to get more people involved. I would love to see a European contingent this year. It is sort of a largely stateside. We did have a lot of people, or we had a few people in South America that posted some neat things, but it does seem to be the like Norte Americanos are doing a lot of the heavy lifting. So I'd love to see some other neat, cool content. But I am Ron from Ron's Computer Videos. You can find out more about me at ronscompvids.com. All kinds of neat links out there. So I want to say once again, thank you so much, everybody, for stopping by. We did really, really good because we were like, we're going to make this an hour. We want to make this easily digestible. Somebody can watch it on their lunch hour. And I think we did really, really well. So everyone, thank you so much for your time this evening. Thank you for all the wonderful people that showed up here in the audience. Sorry, Garth, I'm going to make that. Yeah. There we go. Don't forget marchintosh.com. Don't forget to use the hashtag Marchintosh on all your cool content. So thank you, everybody, for stopping by. Have a wonderful evening. And remember, Apple II forever. But I guess maybe this month, Macintosh forever.
Macintosh 2 forever.
I know. So
Too many
good night,
Joes.
everybody.
Joe.
Too many Joes. Good night. Good night.
Good night.
March